The Olympic Games are an international sports festival that takes place once in every 4 years, and this is a manner of saluting the athletic talents of all nations. The first modern Olympic Games took place in 1896, and from then it is being played once in every 4 years. But it was skipped only thrice till date. In 1916 during the World War I, in 1940 and 1944 during the World War II. So what's good people, welcome to Smart Side. In this video, I'll be talking about the history of Olympics and when and where was it actually started. So without any delay, let's dive into the video. The ancient Olympics began in 776 BC, which was held in Olympia in honor of Zeus. According to the earliest records, only one athletic event was held in the ancient Olympics, which was a foot race of about 183 meters. The first few Olympics had only local players and were limited to one race on one day, and only men were allowed to compete or attend the Olympics. However, there was a small festival for female athletes as well. When the powerful warlike Spartans began to compete, wrestling, sprinting and boxing were added. The games continued to expand with the addition of chariot racing and other sports. In 632 BC, the format was extended to 5 days of competition. The winners were glorified by building their statues. In 394 AD, the games were officially ended by the Roman Emperor Theodosius I as an effort to suppress paganism in the Roman Empire. Then in 1896, the Olympic Games were revived in Athens. The man responsible for its rebirth was a Frenchman named Baron Peary. In the first modern Olympics, King Georges and a crowd of 60,000 spectators welcomed 280 participants from 30 nations competing in 43 events. The games were a success, and by 1908, the number of participants were increased from 280 to 2080. The Olympics truly took off as an international sporting event after 1924, when the 8 games were held in Paris. Some 3,000 athletes, with more than 100 women among them, from 44 nations competed that year. And for the first time, the games featured a closing ceremony. Also, the Winter Olympics debuted that year. After America started competing in Olympics, the fame of Olympics started to grow, and winning a medal at the Olympic Games has always been considered the most prestigious mark of an athlete and a source of glory for the athlete's country. This has led to the use of performance-enhancing drugs by the athletes despite the health risks to the athlete, and IOC rules prohibiting the use of this substance. Due to this, the testing of athletics drug use began for the Olympics in 1968. The modern Olympic flag of 5 linked rings, each with a primary color used in the flag, represents 5 continents: Asia, North and South America, Europe, Australia and Africa, was introduced in 1908. The modern Olympic torch relay was first instituted at the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin. It is a symbol of continuity between ancient and modern games. The International Olympic Committee, in short IOC, whose headquarters is based in Lausanne, Switzerland, is responsible for selecting the host city, planning of the Olympic Games, approving sports program, and negotiating sponsorship and broadcasting rights. Hosting Olympics is really expensive. Every game in the last 50 years has gone over the budget, and the countries bid to host the Olympic Games. It takes 10 years of planning to be in the running race to host the Olympic Games. The biggest influence on the modern Olympic Games is money. Since the 1984 Games in Los Angeles, it has become clear that a city hosting the Games can anticipate a financial windfall. Because of the tremendous potential for profit, the process of selecting host cities has become politicized, and there is a large potential for corruption. In fact, a scandal erupted in late 1998 when it was found that the promoters involved in Salt Lake City's bid for 2002 Winter Games had bribed the IOC members, who were later forced to resign. So once in every 4 years, different countries compete to host the Olympic Games in their country. They are very popular because they bring together people from all nations of the world, not only to compete but also to remind us of the quest for peace among nations. So that's all from my side for today guys. If you have learned something valuable, make sure you like the video, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. So thank you and see you in the next video.